Namaste again, beloved ones. We're back with another Fireside wisdom story. This one comes from Japan, and would love for you to take a few moments and relax with me. Enjoy the brightness, the glow of this fire reflecting your own heart flame, your own longing of togetherness. Just like in the old days, they used to gather around the fire a lot and tell stories. And today, in a world that seems a bit more disconnected, my hope, my vision is that we gather again by the fireside, wherever we might be. The miracle of this technology can allow us to feel close again. So make a beautiful choice to feel the connection between our hearts and enjoy a new story today. It is called Amaterasu's Light, and give us a little background on the Japanese sun goddess, Amaterasu. The Japanese sun goddess is the principal deity in the Shinto tradition. She banishes darkness, weaves splendid clothing for the gods, and enables all life to flourish. Amaterasu's tales were written down in the two great sources of Japanese mythology. And she's the favorite daughter of the original parents who created Earth and eventually placed her in charge. Her brooding counterpart, Susanoo, had first been given highest rank, but after causing much disturbance on Earth, was sent to rule the netherworld below. And here we start the story after this little side note. Sit back and enjoy with me as we discover it together and find out the gems in this beautiful story. Amaterasu is the goddess of the sun. Each morning, the first hint of her dawning inspires the birds to sing. Plants strive towards her and produce blossoms and fruits to please her. When her golden rays stream down to warm the earth, cats stretch contently and bees go to work. When she shines upon the waterfall, it glistens like a shower of meteors. But long ago, there came a frightful day when Amaterasu abandoned her place in the sky and for a time left the world in total darkness. It all began when Susanoo, the god below, visited Amaterasu's realm. Some say he was her brother, for indeed he taunted her like a jealous sibling. Others say he was her husband. If so, he was a belligerent spouse, not given to love or kindness. On the next point, everyone agrees he brooded jealousy, for Amaterasu's realm was bounteous and lovely, while his was careless and grim. When his jealousy turned to wrath, he stormed violently across the land, leaving a wake of destruction. Amaterasu made ready to defend the land. She flashed her brilliant swords of light, swords which could instantly burn away Susanoo's storm clouds. When Susanoo saw them flash, he knew he was done for. He gathered his storm clouds and shrank toward the horizon. Amaterasu put away her swords and went back to tending her fields of rice and beans. Susanoo kept still by the day and at night wreaked havoc. He blustered and fumed until Amaterasu's aqueducts were demolished. This caused her bean fields to flood and her rice fields to wither. She suspected Susanoo but didn't want to accuse. Instead, she calmly set about repairing the aqueducts. Each day she restored the fields, and each night he destroyed them again. And in the end, Amaterasu's persistent care won out. When harvest time came, there was plenty of food. The people joyously prepared her temple for celebration and thanksgiving. When Susanoo saw the people's devotion, his jealousy got roiled once more. He huffed and snorted and spewed harsh winds. He churned up the sea and sent great waves thundering through the village. The streets became turbulent rivers, ripping homes off their foundations, including Amaterasu's temple. People were washed out to sea. It happened so fast, Amaterasu was powerless to save them. All the joy drained from her heart. She did not set about restoring the land. Instead, she retreated to a cave and shut herself in. She placed a great rock at the opening and refused to come out. Without her, without Amaterasu, darkness fell over the earth. Plants shriveled and the moon got so chilly it nearly froze. It seemed Earth was doomed without Amaterasu's light. The other gods called a meeting to decide what to do. Together they came up with a plan. They set about making a shrine outside Amaterasu's cave. From the trees they hung banners of fine silk. They lit candles and placed rich jewels in the tree branches. Opposite the mouth of the cave they placed a large mirror. Beautiful goddesses gathered to dance and sing. The sweet sound of their voices was most enticing, and Amaterasu wondered how and why they were celebrating without her. She moved the rock ever so slightly to have a peek. This is exactly what the gods had hoped for. They gave the rock a good push, and Amaterasu's light shone forth. The first thing she saw was her own reflection in the mirror, all else paled by comparison. Not realizing it was her own image, she stepped forward to admire it. All the gods gathered around her to welcome her back. It did not take them long to convince Amaterasu to rejoin them. They joyously escorted her back to her heavenly home. With Amaterasu's light shining down upon them, the plants came back to life, the water regained its sparkle, and the moon began to glow again. And ever since that time, Amaterasu's patience has not failed. Despite Susanoo's ongoing pranks, she rises each morning and sheds her warmth upon the earth. We gotta take a deep breath with this one. It's quite breathtaking, isn't it? It's reminding us how we take for granted this beautiful earth's bountifulness, how we depend upon these life-giving rays of the sun, and we need nourishment from the sacred feminine. It's so important to remember the divine feminine, the loving nature, the care, and what it takes, the patience, what it takes for all of that to shine forth in our hearts, to come, to find us, to nurture us, and our awareness that it is there just for us to nurture, to help. So also pointing to regeneration and renewal, because sometimes, just like the goddess of the sun, she needed to retreat into solace for a little while. But when she came forth and was able to reflect the beauty in that mirror, gaze at that, I was able to join the celebration of this life-giving miracle we call existence. Of course, many gems in the story, and sit with it for yourself. Sit with it for what it speaks to your heart in this moment. The fire has moved a little bit as we were ending the commentary. So I'm greeting those embers And I'm gonna go and open that door in a minute here. After I say namaste to you, I will feed that fire just a little bit more with my passion and my vision of this togetherness. So thank you, beloved ones, for being back with me here. I appreciate you, I cherish you, and thank you for enjoying this virtual retreat, feeding and daily care of your true embodiment. Keep enjoying every moment. Namaste.